Hey, sheep. Oh, there he is. All right. All right, well, I've had my temper tantrum. Need a knife. And I'm just gonna get on with it and stop feeling sorry for myself. So I've been switching what hay I've been feeding back and forth between this set and that set. This has more grass in it and that has a little more protein in it, so I'm just trying to go back and forth as best I can. You can't see it, but behind me is all the sheep are kind of lined up in a semicircle being weird. But, all right, let's get at it and feed them some hay. I'm gonna go check on the dog food feeder, pet the dogs, and carry on with my day. It's nice to come out here and not have to chase anybody and not have to worry that they're doing something they ought not to. So this afternoon I'm gonna come out and with the old square shovel right here, and I start digging out my fence line. So that'll be a hell of a workout. Yeah, it's what needs doing. I had a chance last night, which is when kind of the culmination of my frustration, to talk to Doug, my neighbor and friend. And, he's in his mid-60s and he's been farming since he was about 5 years old. And I just want to say it's nice to have somebody, no matter what talent or profession or skill you're trying to build, who you can bounce stuff off of. And I don't know why it helped so much, but it did, where he just kind of chuckled and said, yeah, there are days like that. I've had many of them, and you'll be all right. And I just, it wasn't anything super profound or complex, but it was like, I don't know, it just kind of helped me get out of my own head a little bit about when things aren't going the way I'd like them. And we all have predilections in our personality. And mine are, as I've said many times, towards impatience. And when I'm stressed out, I get irritable and even angry. And so it's nice to have somebody to keep me on an even keel when it comes to farming. And I do the same thing with other things. Like, I talk to my dad quite a bit, not about farming, because he just, I don't think he cares one way or the other, but about other stuff, work and family and all of that. So that was just a thought I was having as I was packing up to go, is just, no matter what you are trying to do with your life or what you're trying to improve on, either with yourself or, whatever it is you're working on. I've found it to be a tremendous blessing to find a mentor that I can just take advice from, and even if it's as simple as laughing and saying, yeah, you'll have days like that, just to know that I'm not, a complete dumbass, and everyone has days where things go wrong. So I will persevere. I've kind of stopped feeling sorry for myself, so here we go. All right, well, they got their second ration of hay today. Everyone's looking calm and happy. I've spread it out quite a bit. It's I think maybe next year, wherever I choose to spread hay, I need to be a little more methodical about the kind of method by which I spread, because it doesn't look like I've spread very much, but it's all been like in between here and then down and then up and then over on the other side a little bit, because that's where I wanted the carbon and the grass seed to go. But the snow keeps covering it up, so I can't really tell where I've been. And so I don't know. Next year I probably am going to line them up a little more carefully and be a little more methodical and go a wider distance, when I don't have such an intensive repair spot like this. But the last chore of the day is to head on up to where I was doing battle with the four-wheeler. I'm going to start shoveling out my fence line. I'm just going to pick away at it. I got a good audiobook I'm listening to, and it's done with work for the day, so that's what we're going to do. All right, well, I'm about halfway across this snowdrift now. The other half is behind me. I've gotten the first 2 wires exposed. This is brutal work. The layers of ice in between from the freeze melt over the last 2 months has made this more of a chipping operation than anything else. So it's just slow going. I wised up and I left my four-wheeler where it belongs, as in not in a 5-foot snowdrift. And to give you some perspective of where I am, that's where we've been unrolling hay, and that's where all the animals are. You can see the guard dogs and the sheep and the cattle all down there, kind of getting their last bite to eat before they turn in for the night. So I'm gonna keep going until it gets dark. This will probably be a 1 or 2 day operation, but I'm definitely done feeling sorry for myself. Perseverance is the name of the game.